need to work on my fitness. What a workout. Whew. Good times. So, back where I need it to be. Back under some lights. So I can start working on this fuel system. Yes. Can work with that. So, as you guys saw the other day, I have bought some gear to start doing my fuel system. So I'm going to start chipping away at that. Also had another box turn up today. And you guys might be thinking, man, that guy's made of money. I'm really not, but we've got an international off-road show. We try our best to go around the world and film events. And this year was our year to go back to SEMA, the SEMA show in Las Vegas. We go every 2 years to try and secure funding to get the show on the Discovery Channel, and it's probably not going to happen this year, which sucks. I was really looking forward to it, but we're kind of, our plan is to pivot the business a little bit. I mean, we're not going to give up, we're not going anywhere. We've spent the last 5 years solid, pretty much, working on this business pretty much every day. Every single day we're working away at it. My wife Shay does most of the editing. I do occasionally throw together some of the smaller like teaser videos and stuff like that, and that's pretty much all we do is work. And obviously we've got Ultra 4, which we've added into the workload, and then F&A, getting the shop set up, which I guess my plan is the F&A is to replace my day job as such, so it's no more workload, but it's just I'm able to spread the load a bit more between the shop and Ultra 4 and Off-Road Addiction. So we're kind of, with pivoting the business, the plan is to focus on local content, which is cool. You know, we always tried to mix the international with local, because obviously you can't afford to go running around the world whatever you want. That's really expensive, and we spend an absolute small fortune getting the content that we have and building up the network that we have and everything else. And yeah, I'd love the numbers to be higher, but you guys as an audience, I couldn't ask for a better audience. You guys are always supportive, you watch the videos and stuff, and that's like all I could ask for, really. So to me, the sacrifice is worth it, absolutely. But with this pivot and with the focusing on local content and us cancelling the trips we had planned, I'm basically putting that money, what little money there was, into the truck. My goal is to try and get the truck running. Shay has told me that I need to hurry up and get the truck running so that we can go out and film local trips if we're ever allowed outside again. So today I had turn up a water pump. I really like these because you get your pump, which is a nylon pump, good with vibrations. You get a bunch of different fittings, but this is the reason I like it the most. It's an electric water pump and fan digital controller. So with this, it will tell you your engine temp, if your fans are coming on. It'll put up alerts if you get too hot, if it gets too cold for too long when you start it, it'll let you know. Basically, it's a complete standalone controller that controls the water pump. So when you turn the vehicle off, it will actually still crank. It'll still pump water through the system. And then, yeah, it'll take control of the fans, which is really cool. And then just for extra backup security, you can run a fan override switch just in case something goes wrong with the unit or it gets wet or blows a fuse, whatever. Then you can have manual control over the fans. But I really like those systems. I've installed one before and it worked really well, so invested in it again. So you'll find with this build, you know, it started off as a budget build, and it somewhat is for the level of truck it is still what I would class a budget build. When you want to build something to this level, it's going to cost money regardless. So this is still done on a budget. I'm still doing it all myself, apart from the wiring. That's probably the only thing I won't do myself. But you'll see that I'm putting the best parts in that I can afford. I'm not jumping on the cheapest because it's the cheapest. I truly believe that if you want to build a truck to go do stupid things in stupid places, that you have to spend the money appropriately on the good gear. So if you look at places like Thailand and Malaysia, they're not wealthy countries, right? And you look up and close with their rigs, and I've been blessed enough to been to the Rainforest Challenge 3 times properly, 4 times, the 4th time just to catch up with friends while we were in Thailand. I've been to Thailand 3 or 4 times looking over friends' rigs in their shops. So every time I go there, I go and see my friends. You know, they've always looked after us, they've taken us out for meals and taken us for drives in their rigs ever since day one. So I always show that respect when I'm in town and go see them. But it's given me the amazing opportunity to look over, under, inside, outside, all of these rigs, Rainforest Challenge rigs, the cool like buggies in Thailand and stuff like that. And there's kind of one thing in common, like the trucks are slapped together, they are made to work. But you'll find they've got good coilovers, they've got a good motor, good gearbox, they've got good tires, good axles, and they spend the money where it counts to make these rigs reliable. And then you look at the bar work or the body, and it might be a little bit rougher than you're expecting, you know, they've made it work. And that's kind of one thing that I've always looked at and gone, well, you know what, if these guys can do it, then I definitely can. And that's half the reason why it's taken me so long, is I don't have a lot of money, and I've had to like save up and get the parts sort of as I could afford it, really. And yeah, we've worked with some partners and they've supplied some product in terms of, you know, us promoting it to you guys and installing it and whatnot. And I'm super thankful for that, because that's helped me out. But there's nothing that's stopping anyone else from doing that as well. If you guys are willing to put in the work, you can achieve the same thing. So that's, we're getting there. Way off topic. So what we're going to do, let's go back here. And I'm going to start playing with this fuel system. See what we can come up with. Fairly simple to get this part done anyway.
We grow, we go, but in the middle.
Well, that sucks. Fuel pump is too small for the hole. I thought they were all pretty sort of similar. I guess not. That was an expensive mistake. I paid a little bit extra to make sure I had what I believe is a good brand fuel pump, Deutschwerks or something. I've never really heard of them, but seem to have good reviews. So if you need a fuel pump, brand new, and I've got the fittings in the box over here. That sucks. Brand new, mount your brackets. Oh well, these things happen, live and learn. Yeah, so I'm going to have to get a new pump and figure out what one fits. I didn't want to go full cheapo spec, and I mean Aeroflow seems to be alright, which is what brand this is. I thought they were all relatively similar sizing, but been wrong once, and I'll be wrong again. Basically what I was trying to do, just quickly before the battery goes flat, is the fuel comes out of here into this lift pump pumps it into the surge pump, and then I've got to return into here. I need to drill another hole into here to put a breather, which will bring it up and back down lower than the tank, so that no matter if you roll any direction, the fuel can't come out. And then obviously your fuel goes out and then you return. And then I would have been happy, but I'm not. Oh well, these things happen. It's all good, all part of the process. At least it's brand new in the box. I can resell it. What I can do is figure out where to put my fan controller. Right, back in the cab. I've got how small and little it is. Those of you guys that are asking about the visibility out the windscreen, that's not, move your head that far and you can see it. It's really not much at all, because your eyes kind of look past it. You're not looking at it as such, so it's not bad at all. So what I'm thinking in here, I'm going to run a water temp gauge anyway. Although in theory I don't really need to, because this will tell me everything I need to know. But I was planning on running red arc gauges purely because I'm going to have my boost over here. Was going to put water here. And one thing I really like about the red arc gauges is you can set them so they've got their backlit color, and then if you hit a peak temperature they'll turn red and they'll flash at you, and then you kind of know that something's going on. Like this little one here, this is going to be my oil pressure, so if I lose oil pressure that's going to light up. I've got voltage gauge, even though I'm going to have a second voltage gauge, that's just a quick reference when I'm winching. And then I'll have a dual battery gauge most likely in here or somewhere, and then I'll be able to tell what each battery's doing. I'm almost thinking if I took this out I could fit this in behind there, so all you see is the little screen here, and it's kind of safe and protected and out the way. Because originally I was going to put it in here, like inside that, because I've got my rev counter that goes here. Put this in here for quick reference, because I'm not going to have a speedo, because that's in the too hard basket. We've got options, too many options. What do we got? So we could put it there quite easily. Maybe I rethink my gauges, but otherwise it could go in there, and I could quite easily pull this out with one screw and it would probably fit in there quite nicely. So let me do that. Right, that was quick and easy. I actually think that's almost made for that, isn't it? It's got this weird little plastic tab. Cut that off, make some kind of bracket for it. That would almost be quite fancy. Tucked away nice and safe, and then I can put something else here, like a big red light or something. Options. So this is the fun part about building something, is there's so much to it. No matter which way I turn, there's something else that needs to be planned, parts that need to be ordered, wiring that I need to sort out or whatever. So I quite enjoy this, a little bit of thinking, packaging things nicely. Obviously I'm a big dude in a little truck, so I've got to package things in as nice as I can, and we're getting there. Like things that make a world of difference to me in the engine bay, for example, was spending the money on the pedal box, so that I've got a proper pedal box sitting here, and then the master cylinders are here. There's nothing out on the other side of the firewall, like that's it. and obviously it's auto now, and I looked at buying just a brake pedal only, and I was going to mount it over here so it's your left foot brake all the time, so you got your gas and then your brake. But the cost of doing that was, I think, about $240 odd just to buy a single pedal, and I've already got this here. So what I might do is I'll just take this pedal out, because I can't, obviously the brake one, let me focus that, the brake one is set up for 2 master cylinders on the one pedal with a balance bar at the back, whereas the clutch is only one. So what I'm going to do, because I don't need to spend that money for no reason, is I'll take the clutch out, and these pedals are slightly adjustable, so you can you undo these and you can move them over left or right. So I'll move it over all the way left, and it's still alright for left foot braking, and then I can use my normal foot as well. Yes, all things to think about when you're building something. And then I'm going to get rid of this, because it's probably not going to be much good to me, considering there's a radiator there, and the spare wheel's going to go on the back. So that's going to go, and then up here I'm going to mount a screen, and then I'm going to have a reversing camera so I can see what's going on behind me, and I may put cameras in here for wing mirrors possibly, and see if I can run it all off one screen, but I'm not that hopeful, so that's a later on thing. But saying that, it is a later on thing, but it's something I have to consider before I get it wired, so that we can put wires there and a circuit spare. There is a lot to think about when you do this level of build, but as I say, I enjoy it, so it's all good. I'm going to leave it at that for today. I'm going to go have a cry in the corner or something, and figure out what I'm going to do for a fuel pump, figure out what options I can get to get one that fits this surge tank, and then we can start doing that. Just on that note, I wanted to say thank you guys. You guys are seriously such an awesome audience. You know, you keep me on my toes. You know, back and forth. I love reading all the comments. I always try and reply as much as I can. Sometimes I miss them. But yeah, no, I just wanted to say thank you from both Shay and I. We love what we do, and it's because of you guys, and we wouldn't be here if you guys weren't here. It's as simple as that. So yeah, together we will all make this thing better, and I'm looking forward to the challenges of this year and what we're trying to achieve, and it's, I'm not going to lie, it's quite scary to see what's going to unfold out of this madness thing worldwide, but just got to keep your wits about you, keep smiling, and it will get better whatever happens. So that's enough from me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.